Hi everybody, welcome back to Classic Movies with Ron MacCloskey. We have two guests here today that I'm very excited about. I think they're the youngest guests that have ever been on the show, which is great because I think classic movies sometimes is a point of view or a perspective, and it doesn't mean it has to be made in the 1930s or 40s. It could have been made even 6 months ago. So I'd like to welcome our guests here. Please introduce yourself, say hello, and tell me where you're from.
Hello everybody. My name's Miguel Rodriguez, and I go to ACHS, or Abraham Clark High School.
Okay, in what town?
Roselle.
Roselle, and you?
Hi, my name is Izellah Montes, and I was born in Peru, but I was raised my whole life in New Jersey, and now I'm currently living in Roselle, New Jersey, and I attend the same high school as Miguel here.
Great. The reason why they're here is they won the Rahway International Jr Film Festival, and they won for Best Film. Tell me a little bit, if you can, the title of your film and what was the theme of the movie?
The title of our film was You Are Not Alone, and it was basically about bullying, anorexia, and bulimia.
Okay. And who thought of the idea?
It was all of us. Like, we were just thinking about a theme, like, what should we do? And we just got together and we were like, let's create a world connection that everybody happens to. And yeah, we just chose anorexia, bulimia, plus bullying.
Now, when you said a group, so how many people were actually involved?
It was 4.
4 people, okay.
Yeah.
So you two and 2 others?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Miguel, how did they draw you into this? Were you there from the beginning?
Well, I was really always their friend in high school, and we would always talk to each other anyway. And it started off with Izellah talking with our English teacher, and she talked about it for about 2 days, and she seemed pretty excited about it. So I was like, I was thinking about it. I was kind of skeptical, but I ended up going with them anyway, and the 4 of us just made a great film, and it was actually fun.
Great. Now, sometimes when filmmakers sit down and they decide to come up with a story, they think sometimes, and this happens even in the big-time movies, that they have a friend they know they want in the movie to begin with, so they write the role as if that person's in the movie, not even knowing they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah. We didn't even ask him. We was like, oh, we'll just get him and go.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, please name the other 2 people that were involved in this.
Jamalet Tepags and Kayleen Ojeda.
Okay, great. So now what happened? The genesis is the 3 of you, or you even were involved with the writing of the story?
I wasn't involved with the writing.
Okay, so strictly you were as an actor only?
Yes.
Okay, great. So how did that come? Did you take the lead on writing?
Well, it was basically just the 3 of us, like, just thinking what we're gonna do. We were in we're all best friends. We were all best friends at the time, and we were just in my friend's room. We were thinking what line, like, what is he gonna say, and we just came up, and then it all came together, and then.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, what we did is we picked a movie that I thought was appropriate. It's called Teenage Zombies, and it was made in the late 1950s. And here's the thing that I really want to stress that I think is so different from today. When, let's say even just 100 years ago, if you wanted to act, write, or direct, you had basically only one place to go, and that was the local theater or the local stage. And you could do that, and you could get involved with maybe in the beginning doing things backstage, but then eventually work on stage. With film and TV, you couldn't do that a long time ago. Today, because of video, because of telephones, anyone can become what I would say a filmmaker. So is that what you did then? What did you use to film your story?
I used my iPhone. Everything I filmed with my iPhone. It was kind of hard because I didn't have storage anymore, so I had to delete everything, but it was worth it. So I used my iPhone, and then I downloaded an app. It's called iMovie. And I'd like to play with it around. I used to like making videos, so I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to make one, to use it and just use it in the film festival.
Well, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Real quickly before we start this film, I'd like to know if people want to get in touch with you or to find the film. I would assume, could they go to the Rahway Film Festival?
Yeah.
Okay, it would be there. But what about yourselves as far as getting in touch with you guys?
Our school.
Okay.
It's called Abraham Clark High School.
Abraham Clark High School in Roselle, New Jersey.
And
okay, great.
I think email would also be a great source to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Who do you like? I mean, who do you? Are there movies you go to or TV shows that you like in particular? How about you? Is there any type of film you like?
I'm watching this show on Netflix right now. It's not really like a live thing or anything
Right.
like that, but it's called Shameless.
Okay.
It's kind of like this messed up family where they're called the Gallaghers,
Okay.
and they just like their life is. Imagine our lives bad, but their life is 10 times bad, and
Yeah.
it could get worse.
You know, they say that sometimes that's what people do. They like to see on TV a life that's worse than their own, makes them feel better. Now, I grew up, it's true, I grew up in the 60s where shows were portrayed like everybody loved each other and the family unit was tight. And some people, I didn't say this, but other people said, that made me so angry because my family wasn't like that. You know, I had a dysfunctional family, but these guys are perfect. How about you? What do you like to watch, either TV or movies?
I love movies.
Okay, right.
Ever since I was little. I didn't get to see my dad a lot because he would usually work like from 3 to like all the way to midnight.
Right.
So I would be in the mornings in school. So every time I got the opportunity to hang out with my dad, he would just take me to the movies, and then I would always criticize movies, and I would say like how I can make it better.
Right.
I don't know. I guess
But that's good. That's
yeah.
healthy. But what type of films? I mean, were there
Comedy, definitely
comedies?
comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So name one or two people that you like.
I love Will Smith and Kevin Hart. Those are my favorites.
Oh, great. Well, Kevin now is
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
He's big
Boy,
now.
he's making movies left and
Yeah.
right now. It's like every year another film's coming out. One more question before we watch this film. You got to keep making movies? Did you like your acting experience?
It was a first, but I'll think about it.
Okay. And I think you said you want to continue, but maybe just as an editor?
I most definitely would like to start a career in filming and editing. So we'll see how that goes
Okay.
towards my graduation in college.
Well, either of you guys can work in front of or behind the camera because you got great presence, and I really thank you really very much for coming here. So let's watch, we're going to watch Teenage Zombies. It was made in the late 50s, and I think you'll find it very interesting. So let's check it out.